Over 70,000 people from around the world come together in an unhospitable desert in Nevada to build Black Rock City. Why and how is it only there for 1 week? What makes this place so special? Do people just get high and drunk and have sex nonstop? Join me as I explore this new world as a sparkle pony and discover what Burning Man is all about, and share 4 important lessons I took away from this magical place.
So that was not bad at all. I was in line for an hour, and I'm at the front gate, so I can't believe I made it. I am fucking here. It's been a lot of work to get to this point, so I'm super excited to share with you guys like how this all gets together and like what it takes to get here, and yeah, super excited, super fun, and we'll see how it goes.
I drove in and got some brief instructions on where to go, what programs to see, and what to do and what not to do. It was a pretty easy process at this point. I think my adrenaline was pumping, and it was my first time in the dust. And making Playa Dust Angels was part of the fun. I mostly navigated everything using the iBurn and Dust app while being on the ground.
Woo! All right, we're in.
The first day started with exploring the playa and riding around in the early morning hours, taking it all in, and just felt a little overwhelmed, to be honest. The streets are easy to navigate as it is a grid system and a half circle facing the playa. It starts from A to L, which makes up each half circle, and then like a clock from 2 to 10. The exception is the first street called Esplanade, where most of the action happens. The 300 plus art installations are spread all over the playa, and you ride around to see them, or not. There's so much to do, from music, workshops, food, creating art, as well as lots and lots of camps to explore. Let's get into it, shall we? I felt sparkly today. And after my first workshop about how to manifest things, I felt a sense of renewed energy. I was genuinely surprised by the quality of the workshops. My favorite camp were Naked Heart, Camp Connection, and the legendary Playground of the Gods. This is not what I expected Burning Man to look like at all, but the self-development guy in me wanted to become Nirvana itself. Seriously, they were all amazing. My day was off to a great start with breakfast at the New York Deli and hanging out with the rat. Can we talk about the food for a minute? From canned schnitzel to French crepes to grilled cheese and tri-tip, or even a full-on Shabbat meal, there's so much good, delicious food around. But you have to make sure you bring your own, and don't be, as I mentioned before, a sparkle pony, aka don't get shit done for yourself. I made my way to the temple, the large structure behind the man, where people remember loved ones. I remember my dad as he had passed away 10 years ago. This was one of the most powerful experiences I had while I was a Burning Man. I felt like I left grief behind me that day. I had carried it on my shoulders for way too long. I wrote a letter to him. His name was Michael. After getting myself back together with no words, a complete stranger came up to me and just gave me a long hug, which I really needed at that moment. I left the temple with a sense of gratitude and love for all the people who had lost someone important in their life. This was the first thing I learned at Burning Man. People just want to show love and gratitude to one another.
Night is young and so are we, apparently. There's a theme here. Yeah, so today I took it pretty easy because I was just tired from yesterday. I did an all-nighter and danced into the sunrise, as you saw. And so now I'll take it easy tonight. I'm going to go home, have some dinner, and then later I will maybe go out again, but just in my neighborhood. And that's the thing about Burning Man, like I'm learning all these things, right? Like every neighborhood has its own flavor, there's different things to do, there's different people, different vibes, and so wherever you end up is kind of where you're meant to be. So it's really cool and exciting. And the great thing about my camp is across from us is this awesome breakfast bar, and at nighttime they have this giant blip in the sky right here, and that is really easy way for us to find our way back home and orient ourselves. So I'm super happy and grateful that we have that available to us. So it's like you can see it right there.
It's crazy how much dancing can get your endorphins going. You feel the beat, the masses moving in trance, like a beehive that's moving to its queen, except the queen is a DJ. You can feel the energy in the air, bass pumping, and you're hypnotized by the lights and the fire all around you. The next day, after a workshop about what it means to be a man in today's society, I was struck with how easy people were able to share with one another. Maybe it was because they were all complete strangers. It made me realize that this big blue world is actually pretty small. We all have similar issues and problems. This is the second thing I've learned at Burning Man. We are not alone, and together we can move mountains. Let's talk about my camp for a second. Friends of mine have invited me to join them at the T-shirt factory. A small camp with stencils and spray paint to decorate your fabric and make your own Black Rock City merch. I was grateful for the experienced burners, and some of them have been going for 20 years. People pay camp dues that go into the thousands to be part of a theme camp, and our lead charged a nominal fee and calmer hours for the work put into building the camp, which was more than fair. Turns out people come up for a week beforehand and build all these wonderful creations. After all, there's a 60 miles of road to explore, and that also means that a lot of building time goes into making Burning Man happen. This is the third thing I learned at Burning Man. Choose your camp wisely. I've heard stories of people being scammed, people wanting to plug and play. And me personally, I brought a whole organization case of hygiene articles and was known as the hygiene man. I keep you clean whenever I can.
It's Friday. It's been 5 days, 6 days of Burning Man, nonstop. And the mood is changing. I feel like people are starting to be tired. People are crusty and dusty. And it's been a blast so far, honestly. I think the best way, after being here for a little bit, on how I would describe Burning Man is the event of kindness, collaboration, and just random events that occur that make your night or day. And if we all would just learn in our lifetime to be a little bit kinder and more compassionate and just take care of each other, I think it will go a long way. Burning Man is an example of what that can look like. It's not the drugs, it's not the partying, it's not the overtly portrayed sex everywhere in the media, I would say. It is a little bit of whatever you want it to be. So yeah, that can be the experience, but I don't think that's the experience for everyone. But of course, stereotypes then sex sales, right? So going further into the playa at this point and just kind of hanging out. It is Saturday, today's burn day, and a long week is coming to an end, but also a fun week. So it has been a lot of fun. They're prepping the man right now, get him ready, and the event will start after the sun sets. The man will burn, and yeah, you kind of ask yourself, well, what the fuck, what is this for? Why is this man burn? What is this all about? And I think everybody will give you a different answer, to be honest. From what I understand, it's like, fuck the patriarchy, fuck the, authoritarian figure, whoever that is in your life. And so that's why people always yell, fuck your burn. There's things I'm learning. And yeah, there's a firework, the man burns, people dance around it, end of story. And then tomorrow the temple will be burned, and I won't be there for that because I'm gonna drive home tomorrow. 11 days, that's a lot. 11 days, 11-hour drive is a lot. And so I wanna do that, and I'll be hopefully heading out by sunrise. So it's the night of the burn and we're going out, and I totally forgot to fill my tent this whole entire time. So just real quick, if you see my video about the shift pot, there's a whole different link for that. And you can see a review on the shift pot, but this is basically the setup I have at Burningman. And I have set up a coat rack, just a PVC pipe and some bungee cords.
Yeah.
Super easy. And then just my bag here with stuff in it, a food bag, aka a nightstand, and I just put a net here for my hats and things. And then the AC was down here. I already took it out because it's my last night at the burn. But then yeah, I'm staying on my cot here and have a map there, a couple of other things. Super easy, super comfortable, and it worked really well. So definitely one way to do it. I'm fucking exhausted. And what a fucking good time. Like, people just like need to calm the fuck down in their life and just take care of each other. That's what I'm learning. Like, just love people, you know? Like, everybody just wants to be loved and seen and heard. And I think this is what I'm taking away from this burn. It's like, just love and see people for who they are. And that's it. So, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you liked this episode of my experience of the burn. And take care of each other. And don't forget to smash on like button. And just love one another, folks. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Love one another.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. 99% of you are actually not subscribed to my channel. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe. It would help me grow my audience. And make sure to check out some of my other adventures.